what all of these people that are commenting on this aren't actually doing is they're not actually clicking on the only link that actually goes into here. So this is what this means. Welcome back to Northern Perspective, everyone. I'm Cypher.
And I'm Fox. We received several questions today from concerned viewers regarding an order issued by the Governor General, and we've seen several different takes on it on YouTube and Twitter. We wanted to provide our audience with the facts of what this actually means in order to keep you properly informed.
There's always a lot of reaction to anything around the public inquiry, and this is something that has spread like wildfire, it seems like, across social media. What am I talking about? So this, or in some shape or form, order from the Governor General has been making its rounds. Now, the problem is that it seems that a lot of people that are commenting on this don't quite really understand what it means. So I'll just read it out for those that are listening. So it states, order designating the inquiry under the name of the public inquiry into foreign interference in federal electoral processes and democratic institutions as a department, and the Prime Minister as the appropriate minister. Her Excellency the Governor General in Council, on the recommendation of the Prime Minister, A, under paragraph B of the definition department in Section 2 of the Financial Administration Act, designates the commission that is named the inquiry under the name of the public inquiry into foreign interference in federal electoral processes and democratic institutions as a department for the purposes of that act, and B, under paragraph B of the definition appropriate minister in Section 2 of the Financial Administration Act, designates the Prime Minister as the appropriate minister with respect to the commission named in paragraph A. So, what does this mean? Well, what other people are telling you that this means is that this makes Justin Trudeau the person who's investigating himself, and that it gives him immunity to being prosecuted and immunity from being convicted in some sort of crime.
But that's incorrect. What this is this is about finances. That's why it says Financial Administration Act at the top.
So what all of these people that are commenting on this aren't actually doing is they're not actually clicking on the only link that actually goes into here. So this is what this means. So when you're setting up a public inquiry, someone has to pay for that public inquiry. And the public inquiry is large enough that it has been deemed to have its own department. Okay? So when you're dealing with departments in the public service, a minister has to be assigned to it. So you would have to evaluate what is the appropriate minister to be assigned to this department. Some people would say, well, is that the Minister of Justice? Is that the Minister of Public Safety? Whatever it is, it doesn't really matter. Because in any way, shape, or form, one of these ministers is under the Prime Minister. Now, when it comes to this specific inquiry, this has to deal with foreign interference in electoral processes, democratic institutions. So the Governor General would, of course, put this reporting to the Prime Minister. It actually makes sense because that's the scope of this. Now, what does that mean? Well, let's take a look. So when you look at the Financial Administration Act, which is over here, and you look at the very first link, this is what you see. So in the very first part of this section, it talks about appropriate minister. That is the term that was laid out in the previous declaration by the Governor General. So appropriate minister means, and I won't read it all, I'll read the one that actually applies. So A, with respect to a department named in Schedule 1, the minister presiding over the department. So that was correct. And B, with respect to a commission under the Inquiries Act, the minister designated by order of the Governor General Council as the appropriate minister. Fine. What else does this mean? Well, The other reference in here is 2023-63. So let's take a look at section 63. Public accounts. 63. Subject to regulations of the Treasury Board, the Receiver General shall cause accounts to be kept in such a manner as to show A, the expenditures made under each appropriation, B, the revenues of Canada, and C, the other payments into and out of the Consolidated Revenue Fund. So, ladies and gentlemen, what does this mean? Really, all this means, everybody, is someone has to pay for the public inquiry. And what is the reporting relationship in terms of who is signing off on the expenses? Because Justice Hogue isn't working for free. All of the people that are working under her aren't doing this for free. They're going to be paid. So how are they going to be paid? Well, they're going to be paid from the department. Now, there was no department for this public inquiry prior to it existing. So now it has been created as a department. And by virtue of a department existing, a minister has to be assigned to that. So the Governor General has to assign that appropriate minister so that they have the correct sign-off for the actual finances for that department. So she has named Justin Trudeau, the Prime Minister, as the sign-off for this. This has absolutely zero implications on whether Justin Trudeau has immunity. Like, it's not even in the same ballpark.
It's all financial. It's all budget.
It's bureaucratic, busy work. That's all this is. Because they have to set this up as a department. They have to go through these tedious government processes in order to ensure that the people in that department get paid. That's all this is for. Financial only. It's that the people that are working on the public inquiry get paid. This has nothing to do with immunity. This has nothing to do with the investigation. You know, don't get us wrong. Fox and I love a good scandal. But unfortunately, people are blowing this out of proportion. Unfortunately, it happens sometimes. So just be careful what people are telling you and try and look at it objectively. And if you have any other questions regarding anything, feel free to flip them our way. You know, that's why we put together this video. It is so that we can keep you informed and keep you grounded in facts. Because the minute that we stray off of facts, the minute we get ourselves into a lot of trouble. So go ahead, leave us a comment, see if there's anything else that you would like clarified in here. But thanks to Fox for bringing this to my attention, and thank for all of you for raising these questions. Hope we've answered the issue and alleviated any concerns that you might have regarding, you know, what the implications are for Justin Trudeau in terms of the outcome of the inquiry. Absolutely zero.